So our jump statements story time is over. Uh, by understanding a story, we came to know how to when to use break, when to use continue, and when to use pause. So let's implement them and understand. So here we are having. So before implementing anything, we need to understand its structure, and in a language that is called syntax. So this is the pause syntax, okay, and this is the break syntax, and this is the continue syntax. This is the continue syntax, okay. So as you can see, syntax are very easy. The syntax of jump statements are very easy, like it's a piece of cake, okay. And I guess you love to eat cake. So let's begin. Let's see how to use break statement then, okay. Okay, then we are having a variable and a value that is zero associated with the variable, okay. And this is assignment operator equals to is the assignment operator. So we are assigning a zero value to this variable, which is num. Now we are now we are looping in the range of 10, okay. So the range of 10 means it will go from 0 to 9 excluding 10, as it is counting from 0, it is not counting from 1. Range works from 0, not 1. Keep it in mind. Now inside this for loop we are having if condition. Inside this if condition we are using continue, or maybe we will use break first. You can use anything first, just maybe it's in my mind, that's why I'm using break first, okay. So the thing is, inside for loop this is if condition, and inside if we are having break. What is break? Break is a statement, okay. It is a jump statement, okay. Then we are printing something, and this print is working for, okay. The print is working for loop, if is working inside for loop, and this break is working inside if loop. So see it like this: print works for loop, if works for loop, and this break works for if loop, okay. See the indentation. This is the use of indentation. This is indented, this is a tab, or we can say these are four spaces. Then again inside this these are a tab. I told you this colon is the starting of for loop, this colon is the starting of if loop, okay. So simply we have seen what this for loop produces. This for loop produces number from 0 to 9, okay. Then what we are saying, it for like in range of 0 to 9, if this number, if in any condition this number becomes 5, this is comparison operator, double equals to, we are comparing with this number, with this num variable. Initially it is 0, now we are updating this num to 0 1 2 up to 9, okay. So what we are telling the program, we are saying if num compared with 5, if num is equals 5, that is, if this returns true, okay, if this returns true, then break. Otherwise, print the number is num. And this is type conversion. We are simply converting a int into a string, okay. This is type conversion. Now see the results. If I'll try to show you the results, or maybe it will take a bit, and up to then I will use the continue statement. Simply how to use continue statement is, you can simply write here continue, okay. Here you have to write continue. In place of break, you have to write continue. And same goes with pass. Now see, 0 1 2 3 4, it only came up to 4 when the 5 was compared with 5 and those were equal. The condition, this condition was true, then it break the code. And break means, I told you, like on the fifth question you got offended with your friend, and after that you quit, you didn't play anymore, you didn't want him to ask you any more questions. So this is how you got pissed off with him. When he asked me question number 5, that was below the belt, or maybe I don't know what was the situation, then you break, okay. And then you never took other questions from him, you went up to only 4 questions. After that you break. And what you would have done, would have done continuing, okay. So how continue will work? See, he asked you he asked you first question, second, third, fourth, and when he asked you the fifth question, that was below the belt question, and you you just handled it, and you said, I will not reply you this the answer of this fifth question, and but I will continue the game. Now you are continuing the game, but there is no fifth question, you didn't reply to the fifth question. See it like this. This will be the best way to understand it. He asked you a question, and when it was the fifth question time, He asked you, you said no, I'm not replying to that question because that is something below the belt, and I'm maybe you are not in a position to answer that question. So you said just I will continue with that question. Okay. So what is happening? You continued, but by leaving that question. That question is unanswered. Okay. Now how pass will work? See, pass. Okay. How pass is working? See. Now what is happening? Nothing is happening. The output is same. Now see it like this. You ask your friend a question. He asks you a question. Okay. Now in his turn, he is not having any more questions. So he said pass. On the fifth question, when you ask him the fifth question, he replied you the answer. Now it was his turn to ask the question, but he is not having any valid question. So he said, okay, I pass. Okay, then he passed. He didn't ask the question, but he passed that, and still everything is going on. So this is how pass works. Okay, so these are the applied concept of maybe this break statement. Again, I'm showing the same thing over here. Okay, you can see it by yourself. Pass can work like this too. Like maybe you define a function. Maybe you want to define a function. Maybe you want to say you are defining a function which is adding maybe two variables a and b. Okay, and and now you don't know, maybe you forgot the addition sign. Okay, now you will pass here. You will simply write pass here. Okay, see, it will not produce any error. This is how useful pass is. Simply write here, and if even if you will assign something, it will not give you any error. So this is how useful pass is in the working code. Maybe you are having billion or like more than billion lines of code, and you don't know how to define add. You know the structure. This is the structure. Okay, this is the structure, but you don't know like how to define this structure. Then you will simply say pass. I know this is a bit hard for you to understand this function and what is this, def, and what is this thing. So we will cover it in our other videos, the function part, what is a function, everything about the function. For now, we have covered the application of continue, break, and maybe pass. Okay, and this is how everything works. Okay, then that's all for this.